be teaching you about distillation and how to set up a simple distillation apparatus. Distillation is a very useful practice in the laboratory. It effectively separates mixtures by utilizing the difference in each mixture's boiling point. Generally, in distillation, 2 or 3 vaporizations and condensations occur, and the mixture with the lower boiling point will go from a liquid to a vapor. After traveling through the distillation apparatus, it will then condense back into a liquid in a separate container. As the boiling point difference between the mixtures increases, simple distillation becomes more effective at separating the mixtures. Distillation is a great way to separate multiple liquids or get liquids away from impurities. According to Mohrig, simple distillation is often used in either the last step in the purification of a liquid compound or in the removal of a volatile solvent from an organic compound with a high boiling point. Okay, so now I'll teach you how to set up a distillation apparatus. But first, safety is important, so be sure to put on lab specs or goggles before starting any experiment, and also a lab coat. These are quite essential. So for the distillation apparatus, Mohrig has a really great diagram in the book that you can follow, and I would really recommend putting it in your lab notebook so you know how to set it up. The TAs aren't there to do it for you. So I will be following this to a great extent. First, here is your distilling flask. You generally will use a round bottom flask, which is great because they're really fun and cute. They should only be filled 1/3 to 1/2 full of liquid, and they should also have a magnetic stirring rod or some boiling stones because you don't want it to rapidly boil or overflow into the condenser because then that will affect your results and contaminate the separated liquid. Okay, so now the thing attached to the distilling flask is the distilling head, and this is attached to the condenser. Oh, please. Okay, there we go. And what you want to do is you want to put a green cat clip. The way these things work is that the smaller side goes with the smaller side, and the bigger side goes with the bigger side. And in the condenser you have 2 hoses. This one brings water in, so it'll generally be connected to the water in your hood, but it's kind of short, so it won't really work, but it's okay. And this one is for water coming out, and this will be in the sink, and it'll bring the water into the sink. So it kind of creates this like cycle of water to help cool down your vapor. This is the vacuum adapter, and once again, it will be attached with a keg clip. The way you put these pieces together, by the way, is that the bigger one goes over the smaller piece. And then the smaller side of the keg clip goes with the smaller piece of equipment. And now you will attach the flask that will act as your receiving flask. This is going to receive the liquid that will be separated through the process of distillation. Alright, so I'm just going to turn on the heating pod for kicks because we can't actually distill anything since we don't really have a condenser. But if we did have a condenser, when the water would vaporize, it would eventually drop here after it condenses. It'll vaporize, condense, and then go here, and it's quite nice. When you run your distillation, you should generally aim to have a collection of 1 drop every 1 to 2 seconds, so you can generally adjust the heat for that. And you'll know your distillation is complete when the temperature here. Oh no! I forgot my thermometer. That's embarrassing. Well, this is very important. You don't want to forget this because this is quite essential. Your thermometer will measure the temperature of the vapor. And generally, the top of the blue bulb should line up with the bottom of your condenser. You will know your distillation is complete when the temperature begins to drop because this means that the vapor is no longer reaching the thermometer bulb. So it's very important that you lower your heat source before the distillation flask reaches dryness. Because otherwise, the flask can break or the residue will burn and you'll have to clean it. So that'll either be physically or emotionally painful for you. When doing a distillation, be sure to constantly monitor the temperature and record any observations you have in your lab notebook. Because the temperature drops and increases happen really, really fast. So you want to make sure you get them. Good luck, and I hope you learned a lot. Here is a simple distillation apparatus.